My name's Scott, and I'm a professional body piercer. I've been at this since 1994, so you know I've seen a lot. And today what I'm doing is I'm reacting to piercings that have gone wrong. Let's get started. Can you say unhappy ear? Now, they wanted a conch piercing. Number one, the masks cause so many problems with a conch piercing. You can see how it's just rubbing pretty much right up against there. But if you're getting pierced, get pierced with a stud, not a ring. And if you were to do a ring, put in the right size, not one that's gonna pinch and crunch your whole ear up like that. You can see how the scabs are forming in the back. That bump, you can see it's pink and it's ready to come out and get huge. I hate this. At first I wanted to say a navel piercing, but this is a surface bar. Hanging on by a thread. Two threads it looks like. I have no idea where this is on the body, but again, if you can see the middle bar of a surface piercing, it's already gone. And this is just gonna leave a huge, huge scar. Might want to look into Mederma on this one to get rid of some of that scar tissue. Snake eye piercings, not a real big fan of it. That tongue piercing. Now, I'm not a fan of snake eye piercings because of the damage they can do, but if you're going to wear just a normal tongue piercing and have one bar in there that's 100 times too big, you're doing just as much damage. Double whammy. You must not like your teeth. Straight piercings are so important. Granted, they can be at slight angles, but if one's at this angle, the other one should match that angle, not create its own look. This is just wrong. You got plastic beads on there. The bar's probably too thin. Take it out and start over. It's a cool idea, just bad attempt. Bad attempt. She said her nipple piercing fell out in the shower. And that's her nipple attached to it. Now, wow. This is exactly what we saw. Some of these piercings are like when it looks like it's barely hanging on by a thread, eventually the skin is just stuck to it and it just pulls it right with it. I can guarantee you a normal nipple piercing, their nipple is split in two. You have two flaps. You have two separate nipples on that one side now. Take it out if they're growing out. Take it out. All right, now we're looking at lower belly piercing, I think is how we're going to have to title this one, because it's obviously not through the belly button. Cheap plastic jewelry on the bottom. It looks like it's sitting extremely crooked. Looks like their undergarments are going to be pressing right up against it. It's a bad idea. I give it a couple more days of that. It's coming out. Bookings for piercings is open. Well, it's a surface bar. You know what? I don't even think this rejected. I think it was just pierced so shallow that you can see all that bar sticking out of there. I mean, maybe it was pierced and it's rejecting out, but this is not how a surface piercing is supposed to look. Whew. So you go into the piercer and you're like, yeah, I need an industrial. And the guy's like, well, I got one bar, it should fit. And I'm not the one doing the piercing. It's this random bum we just pulled off the street. Man, this is aesthetically not pleasing at all. It's way too low on the front. It's way too deep. You can see how that anti-helix area is pressing right up against there. I bet the skin's going to grow over the top. This is not going to end well. Just take it out. Is my septum piercing cute? It looks a little low. a lot low. Sometimes when they're pierced this low, they're really, really painful. They might have just even missed all the cartilage and just nicked the skin on the bottom. I'm not sure how you can go this low. Wow. All right, this video. Oh, God. Okay, so when we tell you to clean your piercings, get the debris off there so stuff doesn't go inside, that's what causes bumps and irritations. Now, I have no idea how the hair got wrapped and pulled that far in there. If you're going to get a piercing, you have to take care of it. This is gross. Oh. I'm not 100% sure what's going on here. I think there's a whole bunch of tooth gems. I can't tell if those are lip piercings or tooth gems or what's going on the bottom part. The upper part looks like it's some sort of grill with gems in there. Now we got a surface bar in the tongue going side to side because that's going to make it heal better. No, it's not. I just don't like this at all. Just don't like it. It's someone thought they had a good idea and it's actually a lot worse. That surface bar on that tongue is just going to move too much. You're going to take all the enamels off the sides of your teeth. You're going to be biting. Take it out. Now, also might want to add this in, just a little compliment. Snake bites look pretty good. All right, what do we got going on? Septum piercing and a nostril piercing. 2-for-1 special. Look at that. Those needles are sharp and brutal. At least they're wearing gloves. I've never even came close to this, to doing to someone. Never even once. I don't understand how you can see these things happen. And amateurs. Amateurs. All right, we are looking at a very upset ear. I'm guessing it's really hard to say whether it's going to be the doff or the industrial that's causing the problems, or if it's just straight up both. The Trigus looks okay, but number one, you have PTFE, which is that plastic monofilament kind of barbell in your industrial. Garbage. You can see how it's hooked. You can see that curve. That's because you missed your angles. I mean, they're trying to go perpendicular and they thought that might be better, but it's just not going to work. So either the crusties and everything are getting pulled in because they stick so much to that PTFE, or it could be the DOS piercing, which looks like it's way over swelling. It looks too vertical. It should have been further in. Maybe they got both done at the same time. Maybe it's their aftercare. Either way, you should talk to your piercer, possibly a doctor. This looks really swollen. I just got my septum pierced. What do you guys think of it? My honest opinion? One of the worst ones I've ever seen. Again, crooked, deep, and shallow all at the same time, somehow managing to lean forward. I want to know who this piercer is that's doing these piercings to people. It's not very cool. I'm sure it hurts, and I'm sorry you had a bad experience. Assuming we're looking at an ear here. Yeah, it's got to be an ear. I think it's like a high snug that's rejecting out. And it is rejecting. If you don't get them deep enough, they just come right out, and that's very painful. Let alone, the snug piercing is very painful in itself. Again, black jewelry, it can only be coated. Don't use coated piercings on piercings. Don't use coated jewelry on piercings. You know what I meant. And what are we looking at here? Bad piercing, disappointed. Yeah, I'd be disappointed too. They completely missed your belly button. How? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. Hopefully you put dots on there, or is this just one of those guess and check things where you lay down and go, I think that's about where straight and center is. Go to professional. All right, now we are looking at sideburn piercings. Surface piercings should be done with a surface bar. not straight bars like this. You can see how the tissue's pulling up. It's not happy. I'm guessing this is kind of like a before and after. Maybe they think it's settling in and doing better. Either way, it's going to reject out. Oh my. Surface tragus piercing. Sideburn basically. That is buried and filling with pus. That conch, I'm not sure why it's so red. I'm guessing you probably got pierced with that clicker, which is generally a really bad idea. I wish I had a bit bigger, fuller picture, but take that surface piercing out, get proper jewelry in your tragus, in your conch, and of course, take care of your piercings. Ow. $10 Amazon kit. You know what? I bought a bunch of these kits because I was kind of curious, and they're not very awesome. But I'll be reviewing those soon. But that's exactly what's going on here. Like, you're not a professional. Why do you think you can do this? Do you watch videos of people getting operations and go, I can do this myself? God, I hope not. I mean, many of you do your own haircuts? This is a lot more complicated than you think it is, and it looks like they went right into the septum as well, possibly down deeper into the lip. I'm sure they felt that. Some of those are just gnarly. I can't believe people allow these things to be done to themselves. Now, what do you think of videos like this? Let me know in the comments. Now, if you enjoy videos like this, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and of course, keep putting holes in your body. See you on the next video.